The Jaguar has sharp teeth and sharp claws.
Very powerful at the front, so it can get stuck into the crop. A predator that really eats up the crop, but it's dynamic and still looks good.
There are lots of farmers and they need to feed their cows, and this forage needs to be harvested.
Maize had an amazingly high feed value, but harvesting was still a problem.
Maize came from equatorial regions towards the north, and then the right technology was needed so that this new crop could be harvested here in Europe.
Of course, as a harvesting specialist, we realized straight away that harvesting would need some technical help. The history of the Jaguar started here in Swabia with a chopper specialist, a company called Speiser, and they had done nothing but chopping for years and years.
Previously, all implements were pulled by tractors, combine harvesters, balers, and even mounted choppers. Then they wondered whether they could build a self-propelled forage harvester.
Some machines look simple but aren't. The chopper is anything but simple. It needs a cutting unit that chops almost everything into small pieces. And then the people in Hazewinkel decided to buy Speiser. The Claas regional representative, Mr. Heribert Helmig, said, "We need to build a self-propelled forage harvester." He got hold of a very old self-propelled combine and a two-row Jaguar with a maize header that was ready for the scrap heap. We used it to build the first self-propelled forage harvester, with plenty of room for improvement. The following year we built the second one, the Imperator.
We used the trailed machine. We borrowed components, drive axles, all from the combine harvester. We basically pushed the components together and installed a drive belt between them. It was very easy in those days. We developed the first machine very quickly.
This self-propelled harvester was our starter model in those days, although we had to make a lot of compromises. And I remember how one evening the contractor invited us for a fireside chat. "What are you trying to achieve with this stubble hopper on the big chopper market? This can't be the right solution." We really needed to develop a self-propelled chopper with its own components, with its own chassis that was designed for a chopper. The contractor had hit the nail on the head. This chopper wasn't going to be competitive in the long term. Claas's great achievement: they brought out a high-performance self-propelled machine, they listened, learned, put it into practice and created a top machine.
The first Jaguar I saw was a Jaguar 70, so not a very beautiful machine. The engine was on top on one side and it didn't have a cab, so not very beautiful, but it could really chop.
After 6 or 7 years, we needed to start from scratch again, with a completely new series, but a series built from the same mold.
The most important factors were lower fuel consumption per ton of crop chopped and lower maintenance requirements. The basic Jaguar team at the time consisted of 3 people, and I was asked to produce the main design for the 600 family.
We were a very close team. Design and the workshop worked hand in hand. So it was clear to us all that the big gamble had paid off.
Development continued through 1990, 92, 93 and 94, and a completely new Jaguar concept came to fruition. And the customers just looked at it. My goodness, what sort of chopper is that? The engine was at the rear and mounted across the machine, no angle drive, a big V-belt running from back to front on the chopper units. Air was drawn into the engine from above and then blown out over the engine at the back. Since the 1970s, we've been more than just a combine harvester manufacturer. The Jaguar helped us to develop into a harvesting specialist. In recent years, production figures have risen continuously. The Claas Jaguar is the Mercedes of agricultural machinery. And anyone driving a Jaguar is driving the best machine on the market. It's a bit annoying when you see how other manufacturers copy it. But when we develop new machines, we notice that we've already finished by the time they start to copy us. 1 in 2 self-propelled forage harvesters in the world is a Claas Jaguar. The Jaguar is intelligent, strong, fast. When you're driving a Jaguar, you feel as if you're steering an enormous big cat with your 2 hands. It's an awesome, passionate, overwhelming feeling.